How's it, everybody? Brother Kimo here from Reload Hawaii, and thank you for watching another video. If it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. If you like gun reviews, product reviews, or if you just want to sit down and rap, feel free to stick around, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down at the bottom. Tonight we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why I think everything's going to be fine, that Donald Trump is going to be our next president. And most importantly, why I think it is extremely important for him to do well as our next president. Hang loose, stick around, I'll be right back. Alright guys, first things first, I just want to say sorry, much apologies for not getting the Hardened Arms review out on time. You can see back here over this shoulder, there's some targets on there. I'm trying to sneak those into the video so I can get it done by this weekend. And then to the left of that, you can see a Lee Loadmaster that Henry from Prime Sports hooked me up with. The one problem is the RAM was stuck. I mean, it was just frozen. I was actually working on that when the election was going down, and I was like, what the hell is going on? Could not believe what I was seeing. And again, Ben, I know you're in the hospital, buddy, so I'll try to get that spam Musubi video done by this weekend. I hope that cheers you up. So I had all of that stuff going on. Couldn't believe that Donald Trump won. I wanted to take some time, see what the media said, ask some friends what was going on, some guys at work that I know really well. And then my mom actually had an opinion on it, which is really weird because she never, ever watches anything to do with politics. You know, so I came up with this list of 5 things or 5 reasons why I think everything's going to be okay. But the first thing I want to talk about just really quickly is, let's look what happened here. I mean, Donald Trump's strategy, or it should have been, is, or he should have known, is because, I mean, he was severely outgunned here, right? I mean, no experience in politics. Hillary Clinton's coming in with big guns. I would like to think he was thinking like, man, all I got to do is just prove that I'm a little bit more likable than Hillary. And let's think about that. Let's think about that real good. Donald Trump being more likable than another human being. Is that possible? I mean, let's look at the long laundry list of people he's pissed off. Oh, gay lesbian community, hated it. Mexicans, Muslims, women, which is like half of the United States. Oh my God, right, picked on the president, picked on the Pope, picked on Senator McCain, war hero. The list goes on and on and on. And despite all of those misfires, was still more likable than Hillary Clinton. What's that saying about Hillary? Well, basically how we voted, the electoral vote, right? I know there's a huge thing about the popular vote in electoral college, but what does that mean? That means, Hillary, we don't care that you're more qualified. We don't care that you're better at your job. We don't trust you. We don't like you, so we didn't vote for you. So take a hike. Actually, when I think about Hillary, the first thing I think about is Professor Umbridge from Harry Potter. I seriously think that if I got into a room, or if anybody got into a room with her, she'd try to do that thing with the pencil, right? The you must not tell lies. Well, maybe you shouldn't tell lies. We didn't vote for you. Ladies, deuces. And who did we end up voting for? Well, Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack. Bushwood? If you don't know what that is, Caddyshack, check it out. So there we go. He proved that he was just a tad more likable. I mean, he squeaked by. This was a pretty close election. I mean, he shouldn't have won at all, but it was pretty close. But he was more likable than Hillary. I guess we just had enough. But here's the 5 reasons why I think everything's going to be cool, that Donald Trump will be president, in no particular order of importance. Number 1, oh God, and this is stretching it, it's just 4 years. And I'm not making light of the duration, right? I mean, it's not like it's going to go by as quick as high school or as college, but it is just 4 years, okay? So what do I mean by that? It's like, well, he's kind of new to the job. It's going to take him a while to settle down. He doesn't have a lot of friends compared to like other politicians, so it might take him a while to get his groove on. So I'm hoping that anything crazy gets hung up in the red tape, and then all the gun stuff passes. That would be sweet. The other thing that I'm worried about, not so much the 4 years, but something that's going to last longer than that. So he's going to get to name 1 Supreme Court justice to replace Justice Scalia, which was a mastermind in our lifetime for law. But there are 3 other justices that are getting a little bit on in their age, right? There's 3 of them, 2 in their 80s and 1 in their 70s. I think it's Kennedy, Ginsburg, and Breyer. They could pass away, they could retire, and I don't care if I like you as a president or I don't like you as a president. I don't like the fact that one president's going to get to name 4 of the 9 Supreme Court justices, and that's lasting. That could last an extremely long time. So that's something I worry about more than the 4 years of presidency. Because, I mean, let's face it, if he does suck rocks, we could always frame him for a crime and then just impeach him. So It's just 4 years, guys. Don't worry about it. Which leads to the next point. It is just 4 years, but we still have checks and balances in place. And I know the Congress, the House and Senate is primarily Republican on both sides by like a small margin. But when you think about it, the Republicans kind of left him out to dry there, so he doesn't have a lot of support from the Republican Party, especially if he keeps being crazy. And surely there's not a lot of Democratic support for him there either. So checks and balances is still alive and well, which kind of leads to the next point, which relates to 1 and 2. He doesn't have a lot of political connections. So I remember him talking about how he wants to clean up Washington? No, that's the other Washington. Washington. He doesn't have a lot of deep political connections like somebody of deep political pedigree, right? He's not marinating in it. You look at Hillary Clinton, she's been there for a super long time. She was first lady. She's been running politics forever and has just been part of that political realm for so long that you can't see what's wrong with it. So I'm hoping that he's got fresh eyes on it and he's able to apply some of his experience to cleaning that up. But I don't know where that is on his agenda, but it is refreshing to know that he's kind of new in there. He's going to kind of be stirring the pot a little bit with no allegiances or alliance to anyone yet that we know of. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have political ties. I'm just saying that he has way less political ties than somebody that's been there for a long time. Number 4, box of chocolates. Okay, I'm calling this one a good and a bad thing. It's bad because, and what I'm talking about is his position on issues. He's been ping-ponging back and forth on just about everything, and that's bad because he basically just said what he needed to win the election. But that's him, right? He's a competitor. He's a winner. He's going to say what he needs to say to get the win. And that's what he did, and that's bad. And in a political race, you should always kind of stick to your guns and your beliefs. But we all know that never happens, right? It never happens. So that's the bad. The good is he can go on either side, and I think he's smart enough to stay away from the issues that he can't win, like Roe versus Wade. I think he's going to stay clear of that one, but he brought it up. The rights for gay lesbians that are married, he's going to stay well away from that. I'm pretty sure he's not going to go near that. And I really think he's going to get some solid advisors. I know that's a little bit iffy right now because he just kind of named some really sketchy people to his advisory staff. But I think he's going to surround himself with people to help him avoid those major landfalls. Which leads to my 5th point and my final one. And I know this is going to be a hard pill for some people to swallow, but he is a smart guy. Okay, he made his money, he lost it, but then he got it back again. So this guy knows how to get things done. And the fact that he's not tied down to any particular party right now, even though he did run under the Republican ticket, he's kind of out there by himself. He's going to use what he got or how he got his money to make things better. And I'm hoping that it doesn't get too crazy, but we just don't know. But after all, it's Donald Trump. Hopefully he'll just behave himself. That's the big thing for me. Like, I hope he doesn't go to some other country and just say something totally wrong and then start a war. But smart guy, which leads to my last point, and this is another hard pill to swallow. But we need him to do well. We need him to do well, not just because he's the president of the United States and he represents all of us, but for me, he represents maybe the next step and the next evolution in politics. Maybe there'll be more people that haven't held public office that get to go that high. And for me, the thing is, I would rather have somebody that has the want to do good, very sincerely, than somebody that has the ability and the experience that really doesn't care about doing well in that office. And that's why I'm hoping he doesn't mess it up. If he messes up, I don't want people to go back and go, you see, this is what happens when we don't put a politician in office. We put some rookie with no experience. And I hope he does well for that matter. I really hope that he opens the door for more people to be confident and say, hey, you know what? I may not have the political background, but I want to help people. I want to do well for this country. And that's why I want to be able to, serve in a public office. Guys, that's the ending of the video. As hard as it was to come up with 5 reasons that I think everything was going to be okay, I hope it worked. That's the ending of the video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. If you liked the video, give me the thumbs up. And as always, I will catch you later.